What is good, y'all? Welcome back to the Drive-Thru podcast. I'm No Name Rod, and today I have my guest here. Who is you?
My name is Rod. That's R.A. period, no capital letters.
Yes, sir.
How's it going? I hope everyone's having a smooth day,
Hell
smooth
yeah.
night, wherever you're at.
Hell yeah.
Come on.
Unemployed. Fucking doing
Hey,
this
let's
podcast
go.
in my car.
Okay, let's
Life
go.
is great.
Life is great.
Life
You
is
hear
fucking
that?
Great.
Hustling.
Hustling with no...
Striving,
with no money.
thriving,
Striving,
and driving.
Hey.
And
Oh, shit.
driving.
Wait. I think you just made the slogan, bro.
And then he said vibing.
Vibing, sliding, and
Man.
driving. Damn. That's some
Slide.
shit. Hey.
Slide.
Hey, quote that from Raw. There's a reason he's called Raw.
Oh, there we go. That's
Okay.
what's up.
So I guess I want to start off today by saying, how are you feeling today?
Oh yeah, I'm feeling good. I got off work kind of thing, so this is a good way to like wind down and just like it was something to like just look forward to. Kind of instill faith, like okay, no matter what obstacles come my way while I'm on the road, that like there's something for me to like. I know where my next moment is at, and it's right here. So there we go. Yo,
Damn.
we slightly lit, just slightly, like 25%.
25%,
But
not
I wanted
fully.
to keep it. I wanted to keep it 25% because out of respect.
I appreciate
But
you.
I do have this coffee
There
here
you go.
too, so
Okay.
we'll get dopamine
That's the
out,
pick me up.
you know?
Yeah. I feel you.
Yeah.
First off, I want to thank you for sliding through. I know you drive a pretty long way to come here, so
Commuter live. Let's go.
appreciate you for coming here and sliding through.
209.
Yes, sir. Oh, 209? Wait, is that
209, yep.
Manteca?
That's like it's Manteca, Stockton, Modesto, Tracy.
Jesus
So basically like
Christ.
Central Valley is what. But we're like real Central Valley is like Fresno. Like that's the dead center of.
But
of
still,
the
that
valley. But
even Tracy alone, Manteca is like 20 minutes from Tracy. Tracy alone is already a journey.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, just making it over the Altamont. Bro, check this out. Altamont Pass is just like my extended driveway. That's how I look at it as of now. It's just because it's not necessity, but it's helpful that I live in Manteca right now, like with my family.
Okay.
And God bless them. And I'm blessed too that I have them.
Yeah.
And so with that, the little trade-off is, well, I just commute. That's why your boy drives a Prius. That's
feel
why
that.
we pushing peas in a Prius.
Saving gas, man. Saving gas and shaking ass. No.
Saving gas and shaking ass and all that trash.
Damn.
And I just got nothing. I'm not even gonna mention it. Wipe that out.
It's all good. It's
Put
all
the
good.
type pen on the AI type pen my shirt out.
I'll edit in post. I got you.
Man, I was doing good all day too. I had the whole like Filipino like barbecue skewer. Nothing.
Damn.
Nothing. And that's impressive.
Damn.
But obviously the coffee drips out because the cups are never like form fitting. Like lids. I don't know.
Damn.
Blame it on the
It's
lid.
all good.
Let's
No
go.
point of crying over spilled coffee.
There you go.
So I guess for all of us, let's just ask, where did your artist name come from? Is Raw your like actual name?
Yeah.
Shit.
No. Ra is not. It will be closer to Raph. Raphael is my.
That's
my
a dope ass
first
name, regardless though.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I think Raph is dope. I mean, Raph all caps is another like moniker that I feel like looks good, feels good. But it's more like I'm trying to think ahead of myself. So it's like I want to be known like as Rob, but like if I were to make shift, you know how like Kanye will have like all these other nicknames thereafter later in his career.
Yeah.
But like if I can just anticipate that, it would just be Raph, like all caps,
That'll be lit.
But right now it's Raw, no cap, because that's just how it is. Like one way to think about it, like a lot of people know me as Raph, and because of that, it's like a personal thing. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, well, how can I just make a slight distinction, right? And so therefore Raw, but also Raw because I dropped the F because I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So
you spell it Rafael?
Rafael. Yeah, no PH over here.
Okay.
That's no European spellings
no
over
PH
here.
Balance. The pH is out of balance. Don't give no F's. pH out of balance.
Straight up.
Okay.
And so I always say that because I'm proud of that. I was like, I wouldn't want my name spelled with a PH.
Really?
Yeah, because that's like a Western way to spell it. But the F like allows it to be like keep it at least. I mean, it's still Western because it's it's Spanish influence, but at least it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's non-white. It doesn't make sense.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
So should we just make a movement? Just change all the PH letters to F.
Oh yeah, drop all the PHs, bro.
Like
you know why? Because here's the other thing too. like the reason why the Philippines called the Philippines is because it would be named after King Philip. That's why. So like,
damn, I don't know shit about
no, it's good. No, check that out.
Damn.
So like, cause like basically like King Philip pretty much like had a say in it, some shit like that. But because of that, that's why we have the word Philip in Philippines. But it also, I think it also sounds like a word that's familiar, so that's why it was always kept like that. But that's how I know it to be. So that's why I'm proud not to have it spelled with PH, because that would reflect a European spelling.
Damn, it goes fucking deep,
We're
bro.
going deep, man.
Holy
Let's
shit.
go.
What a way to kick off it hasn't even hit the 6-minute mark, bro.
Bro,
that's some
go.
shit. Okay,
Man.
I guess going back to the music thing, I guess I want
Yeah.
to always. I just love asking the question. Is like, where did your music journey start? Like, what kicked
Right.
off that, and
Yeah.
like, who or what influenced you to pursue it?
Right. I would say, like, one way I would put that is I feel like I've been making music since I was 13, and like the first thing that I did when I was like 13 was kind of like learning guitar. Like my dad had a nylon string guitar like in his room, so sometimes I just kind of like go in, pick it up, and just like try to learn it. And so that's kind of how I started learning guitar. And so that's like, to me, that's one point like of my musical journey as far as like actually learning and like performing music. Outside of that, I feel like I started really like liking music in 6th grade, because I was just like digging through music. My eldest brother, my kuya, like he always had CDs in his room. It's always me digging in someone's room, bro. And so I
Hey,
like,
curiosity,
yeah,
bro.
I'm bunso. I'm the youngest, so
There you go.
yeah, youngest of 2 brothers, so I'm always digging through their stuff, just seeing what they're into, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and I learned a lot of good music, like Outkast, you know, Wu-Tang Clan from my kuya. Through my peers, I learned about Tupac, and then through Tupac, it's like that's when it's like it shifts in your heart, like, oh, I really want to like understand this. I want to like learn it, like the schematics of it, you know, like how to just write, how to spit, how to even freestyle at one point, you know.
Were you like heavily into like the 4 elements of hip hop back in the
I
day?
really was,
Yeah.
I would write about it, you know, like even in elementary, like like I don't know, they just had like a short essay type of thing. Like I was talking about like the 4 elements.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it was like a homework assignment.
Yeah, it was like a homework assignment. I'm just
hey, real shit though. I did some shit like that too, because like
right,
I think it was like 5th or 6th grade.
Yeah.
We had poetry class. It was only
yeah, let's go.
But from my school, I went to OLPH, which is literally just like up this hill, right?
Oh, what's it called?
OLPH, Our Lady of Perpetual Help.
Oh, let's go. Hey,
Yeah.
I went to private Catholic as
for real?
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called St. Anthony's in Manteca. But it's like
okay.
it's a smaller town church
Yeah.
type thing. But
For
yeah, go on.
For our school, we had our curriculums with the same exact teacher all day.
What the heck?
Yeah, so it starts off
Oh
with
yeah.
spelling and English in the beginning, and then social studies, and then math, then science, and then something, and then recess, and then we have computer class, and then we had poetry. Poetry was the shortest class because it's just like a writing exercise.
Yeah.
So we
was it
only
like 30 minutes
Yeah,
short?
it was like a 20-30 minute class.
But it was probably like the one you would look forward to sometimes.
Yeah, because it was like the only one where I can express myself.
Yeah.
Because
I
we
like
had
that.
art class, but we had to
Yeah.
do the art that they told us to do.
That's true.
But poetry, I get to write whatever I want.
And then art class was like, it wasn't like a weekly thing, huh? It
no,
was like
it was once a week.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, twice a week.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Thursdays.
Right,
Yep.
right. I
Yep.
hear what you're saying.
Yeah. So those are the only 2 times I can express myself in class.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember like I would get graded on it too,
Yeah.
and it would be 1 out of 5, and you had to have your peers read it. And
1
I was
out of
like,
5?
yeah, 1 out of 5.
Like that's the score they were giving
Yeah.
you?
Yep.
Man.
And then
F these teachers sometimes. Like
Lightweight.
in an art class,
poetry class.
even then, like in
Yeah.
a poetry class, like a 1 out of 5, like you have to like
No, they
not-
grade you between 1 to 5.
Oh, 1 to 5. I thought you were
no,
saying
no,
they were
my bad.
giving you
No,
ones.
my bad,
I was
my
like,
bad.
man, and
No,
I
no,
put
no.
the camera on.
Hey, we'll edit that out. No, we won't.
Nah,
No, but it was
man.
between 1
We
to 5.
don't need your education.
But it was just funny because like my teacher would write like in red ink like notes on like what I can improve, and it's like expand your vocabulary. And I remember in another poem it was about like I was rapping about I wrote a poem about like a tornado or some shit. Like that was like a metaphor.
Yeah.
And then I just looked up words I could put, and I found like unbeknownst.
Unbeknownst.
Nonst.
Unbeknownst.
Yeah, I saw that word in like a magazine in the library,
Yeah.
and I was like, I think I can use this word somewhere
Yeah.
because I know what unknown means. I don't know what beknownst means.
See, that's a natural mind for marketing.
Yeah.
So, like it caught your attention, so it might catch their attention.
Exactly.
Right?
See,
Yeah.
I'm a man of the people, and I market towards the people that know the same as me.
Unbeknownst to thy knowledge.
Real shit. I wrote something like that, and I got a 5.
There we go.
I was like, hey,
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
Yeah, high fives, no middle fingers. Yeah.
Not 1 out of 5. 5 out of 5.
Well, I have a quick question for you. Like, do you have like people that would watch this, for example, like do you have like younger folks like looking up to you kind of thing? You know, I just want to know, like, that's something to respect as well. If that makes sense.
I feel like I curse too much for young people to look up to me.
Yeah.
But I have 3 nephews. I am hoping
that.
to get their permission from their mom to have them on the podcast.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Like,
yeah.
I think it's a good it'd be a good space for them to talk about how they feel about life, you know. They're not, I feel like
Uncle of the year,
they're
bro.
still young. They're preteens. They're 10 and 12, you know.
Right.
But I feel like that's exactly around the age that I feel like I could have needed some help with, like how to navigate how I feel about life and girls and like, you know, my parents and stuff. Like, I feel like since I am their uncle, and one of them's my godson, you know, why wouldn't I want to help him figure out life, you know?
There we go.
I'm trying to be the person that I wish I had when I was a preteen, you know? Yeah. So I hope my nephews look up to me. If you guys are watching this, I love you guys.
Let's go, nephews.
Hopefully you guys are on the pod later. But yeah, those are my young audiences, my nephews, my nieces, you know, the kids in my family.
That's awesome.
If anybody looks up to this, you know, or looks up to me, then, you know, I appreciate you, because like I even just do this podcast somewhat more for the music side, but I also include mental health stuff in here because, like, I know I deal with a lot of shit all the time. And getting everyone's perspective on life helps me figure out what I could do, or like what options there are in life. Like, I don't have to see life as a linear line. I can say, like, oh, instead of going A to B, you can also go like one direction, another direction, and then you hit B. Right. So it's like changing a route on a destination.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going from here to like your house, there's more than one way you can go to your house. You just choose the easiest way to get there.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So that's probably like the best way I could describe that.
Nah, I totally get that. It's not just linear, it's also like kind of lateral too. Like, there are lateral ways to go about things. But yeah, I totally feel that, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
Going back to the music part, I was actually hoping to ask, do you like do R&B mostly, or do you do hip hop R&B, or are you more of a pop R&B?
Right. I would say like primarily it's like hip hop. Like the essence of it is pretty much hip hop, but I would say like a part of that is naturally like having like R&B chord progressions, naturally having like melodies too. You know, I feel like hip hop is kind of like entering this age where it's okay to be like melodic over things, but it doesn't make you like a quote unquote like melodic rapper. Like, it doesn't have to pigeonhole you in that, right? You can deliver it all in your own timing, all in your own like essence, own way. Like for me, like one example would be like Smino.
One of my top 5.
Right. He even has a line where he's like, I can't quote it, but he's basically saying like everyone needs to know, am I hip hop or am I R&B blank, right?
Yeah.
But because he can't, it's almost like you can't really answer that. Like you're a hybrid, like that's just how you are. But
unless you state that you're only whatever genre.
Right.
Otherwise, you can literally make whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah. But I would say at base it's hip hop. But it's a different pocket of hip hop that enters more R&B spaces. Okay. So that's why like marketing it is like you just know like that's the pocket you're gonna reach. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then following that, who would you consider in your top 5, not artists of all time, but your top 5 artists that influence your sound right now?
Like pretty much like who are like most relevant.
Yeah. Who's like the top 5 you draw inspiration from, like their sound to incorporate into your own?
Yeah. As one that I mentioned was Smino.
Oh yeah.
Definitely Smino is someone I listen to a lot. I would still say like Also included in top 5. Am I still logged into DoorDash, dude? Did you hear that ring?
Ding,
That
ding,
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 Yeah, that's a DoorDash
was you.
order, bro. Nah, it wasn't, but it was tripping me out, bro.
Your work is following you, bro.
I see. There's a Prius next to us.
There's a few people
you already
parked.
know. But all right, anyway, bro. So we had Smino. I would still say Tupac is relevant. And I would say, like, even just recently, like, I feel like I've been seeing, like, hearing more Pac, like, pop up to me, you know.
Like within your own music?
Yeah, just within your own thoughts, within your own, like just, like, things you rewatch. And you're like, oh, yeah, I remember watching that and remember learning from that. And you learn from it twice. You know? Yeah. I'm trying to think of, like, another artist that I I definitely bump Larry June a lot.
Oh.
So that's super relevant.
Larry June, had to.
Right. Another Zachary or Zachary, Zach from, like, TDE.
Oh shit.
So he has this, like, this album is called, like, Bliss, and there's a song on there. It's called Lone Wolf still, bro. Check that shit out.
Lone Wolf.
Yeah, he goes hard, bro.
Is that 3?
That's about 4, I believe. I could be wrong.
Wait, you said Pac,
Larry
Smino.
June,
Larry
Smino,
June. Yeah,
and
that's
then
4.
yeah.
Zachary.
Yeah. Or I always say Zachary, but who knows
I'll
sometimes.
I'll edit in post, like, what the
Right.
actual name is.
West Coast.
Checked in with
Yes,
Zachary.
sir.
Welcome.
What's good?
God damn it, welcome, Zachary.
What's up, man?
One
There's another artist. His name is Beam.
more. Beam.
Like Beam, all caps.
Mm.
Check some of his music out too.
Okay.
It definitely it's super dope. I mean, like, he's from the Caribbean area, but, like, he's been in, like, the U.S. long enough to, like, have this, like, kind of, like,
Following.
like, hybrid sound as
okay.
well, and it's just super dope. I really pay attention to a lot of, like, bass heavy stuff.
Okay.
I would throw Bryson Tiller in there too.
Oh,
Like,
Bryson.
yeah,
Damn, I haven't
well,
heard.
because, like, especially, like, listening to him, how he just, like, layers his voice, but then also the producers and then their choices. So it's bass heavy R&B, and the way that they enunciated that was, like, to me, like, sure, it was like it came out of nowhere, low key, but it's important.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like people, it kind of those kinds of, like, works kind of shift the way that people, like, hear, like, what, like, the sounds around us.
Yeah.
You know? So
it's not like the typical, like,
Yeah.
sound you would hear.
Right. And I would say from Bryson Tiller, like, the beats started to evolve, shift more towards those, like, more soulful progressions and still
Yeah.
having 808s underneath it all. You know?
Personally, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
Trap soul changed R&B straight up.
Let's go. Yeah.
I truly think that because he literally mixed trap and R&B
Right.
beats,
Right.
but his fucking singing was, like, amazing on it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, holy shit, you can't hear, like, at the time, obviously,
Right.
you didn't hear anything as modern as that sound right there.
Yeah.
And I think that was, like, one of the top albums of the year, if anything.
Right.
Trap
right.
soul, like, that, what, 2016, 2017?
Right.
Yeah.
I think it was 2017, but
2017?
I could be wrong. Yeah.
But yeah, I personally think Trap Soul was probably, like, the craziest fucking album at that time, and I was just like, damn, this sounds fucking crazy. And he was good.
Yeah.
He was a dope singer.
That's awesome.
It's also crazy that you bring up, like, earlier, you, like, not too long ago, you said when you rewatch stuff that you used to watch.
Yeah.
And then you also brought up Beams. Which is funny, tying those two things together, because, like, as we were talking about the elements of hip hop, I didn't do music first as my thing.
Yeah,
my first thing was graffiti.
Oh yeah.
And I wrote Beams.
What? Oh, that's dope, dude.
It's crazy because
awesome.
I found my old books from the poetry class. I found
Yeah.
that book. I found a tagging book that I did, and then I also found my black book.
Right. Oh, you had a black book?
I had
a little black
several.
book too.
I had
but
several.
I wasn't, like, tagging like that. It was just more like I just knew about it, so let me get a black book for myself and I can, like, draw stuff. Bro,
Yeah,
bro, watch out, bro. They're coming for us. Like, they found Beams, bro.
Oh,
found him. Like, we found him. He's on the go.
They heard me. I speak too much.
Remember when you were 12 years old? And,
Yeah, when I was like 8. Yeah, I remember
you
that.
bombed that bridge.
Yeah.
We've been looking for you.
I climbed San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge.
Bro, he built the beams through his graffiti. No, the beams of Golden
That was
Gate Bridge
me.
he had
That was
built.
me.
Oh, is that where it comes from, though?
No.
Oh, okay. I was about to say,
It was I had different names and I wrote hella different shit.
hey, if you had a spray, like a can in your hand right now, Like, do it to the camera. What would it look like?
Like some Disney Channel, like
yeah.
I can't do it on camera.
You're watching.
I gotta do it
Beams.
like backwards, but
Oh no, it's good, bro. I'm not trying to stress you out.
if I'll do it on paper and I'll put it in post and I'll show some pictures.
Oh, there we go.
But it was like way back in the day when I was in like high school and shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just funny because like I dropped out. I dropped out of high school. Yeah.
Oh snap.
And I was busy like just tagging, drawing, and doodling in class.
Dude, that's crazy.
And I just never did anything with it. And I was just like, damn, what a fucking waste.
Wow.
But yeah, it's just funny how it brought me back when you said beams.
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn, I used to tag that shit. Going back to the music thing. Since you started your career, or when did you start making?
I would
like,
say
being serious about it.
I like my first project was 2 years ago. About 2 years ago. It's called Cancer Leo because I'm born July 22nd, 95.
Oh, happy belated.
Oh yeah, thank you. But yeah, I'm on the cusp because the next day I would be a Leo basically. So,
Oh, you're literally right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha.
So anyway, that was like the official like project that I've ever put out. But you know, I make music like all the time.
Mhm.
It's just
When did that project come out? You said 20.
It was like 2 years ago. So
Oh, okay.
It was well, it's actually 2021 now.
Oh, so 3 years ago.
So it's 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Run that. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, like you get into like life just happens, bro, and like you're trying to grind, you're trying to like get your bag right, but then you're also like trying to get your life right in terms of like, you know, in relation to other people. So like, might that be like your family, or might that be like your girlfriend or your partner at that time? And like, I don't know, bro. Like, just to kind of hint at that is just like sometimes like I make music a lot, but then I don't put it out because like I'm still kind of recovering from that too, from the relationship, from just like the heaviness of like things that went on, and yeah. So with that being said, like I know I'm gonna be like pushing out music again like very soon.
Yeah.
And I, you know, like I have an unreleased EP. I kind of mentioned that like off cam, like I mentioned that, you know, I'm just cutting it up on Adobe. So then you run into those hurdles, right? So you kind of get into these like little mountain things that you have to scale, right? Like just emotionally or mental health wise too. Like you never know what like people are going through, like even just like undiagnosed stuff, and you just learn how to deal. You just like create a system to like deal with it like on your own. But I don't know, bro. Like there's a lot of heaviness that goes on. I'll say that. Yeah.
Do you feel like you make this music as like an open letter to yourself in this situation?
Right.
Like, are these like letters to yourself or like messages to like your previous relationship and stuff?
Oh, that's a good question. I would say that they do serve as that. That it definitely comes from that place. I also try not to like rush to put that out because of that. You know what I mean? Like I want to make sure that like you process those feelings yourself too first, but then also like you don't want to like, it might be kind of like an off word, but like you don't want to champion like the pain that you went through too. So you want to give it space.
Yeah.
So that you want to honor it. You want to like set it down
because
gently.
this is real life shit, you know.
Right.
This
It's real life
It's
shit.
real life shit. It's
like
not
you
just
don't want to
like
just put it out and act like that's gonna build up your career. Like that's not the intention. So it's like it's about the space right now for me.
That's good.
Yeah, and which, speaking of space, like from like a music standpoint, like a lot of times like good melodies or good like chord progressions, when they're played out, they feel good because of the space that like you leave like in between phrases. You know what I mean?
It's crazy that you say that, because like I remember when I first started making music, or taking it seriously at least, I remember I would try to rap so much that I would try to fill every bar with words and never give it room to breathe. And so at that point I was like, okay, I feel like I'm just talking at people, and people aren't like digesting what they feel about it. They just feel me rapid fire talking at them, and it just becomes like, ugh, I don't. That's too many words, bro.
Yeah, I can imagine that, bro. It's like there's so many ways to perceive like how will the consumer like receive something.
Yeah.
And I feel like the most simplest way is if you imagine yourself in front of that person and like you're delivering to that person like are they receiving it well, like in your mind? And if not, like, can you construct it slightly differently?
Yeah.
But there's so many different perspectives too, where it's like I can deliver it in a way that's like more radio suitable, or I can deliver it in a way that's more like I want to get this out personally.
Yeah.
Or I can deliver it in a way where like actually I have to erase all the personal stuff and make it more like
Consumer like friendly and
like
stuff.
a little bit more
Yeah.
consumer friendly, like something like more open that like different perspectives can join on. Like
Yeah.
like so in that process too, like I make really personal music, but there's also stuff in between where it's like slightly shifted. Like it might not reflect the full truth simply because like and I'm not talking about like flexing or anything like that.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it could be like on some love shit, right?
Yeah.
Like talking about like, like I don't know, like getting cheated on or something like that didn't necessarily happen at all.
Yeah.
But like, you can hint at that in a song just to make it more interesting. So I always like I make my stuff personal, but I still like have that perspective of like a songwriter as a whole. Like when you really zoom out, because like everyone's music matters. Like everyone's art really, really matters. But there's a point where you zoom out, like in this universe, right? You zoom out from the globe of the earth, and in a way, none of it fucking matters. But
Damn.
but we still owe it to ourselves down here to like
Yeah.
make it like
Yeah.
make it happen.
Yeah.
And maybe some star far, far away, because I'm sure aliens are advanced enough to peer into our lives, right? Like they might receive that,
Yeah.
right? Or someone else, right?
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
I feel that though.
man, I
That's-
had to put that out.
No. That's
'cause-
real shit
yeah.
because like some people, like for example, a lot of companies brush off art, or a lot of the industry itself does not think like. Have you ever heard like, oh, do you make money? Oh, are you an art major? Oh, you definitely don't make money. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
They totally brush out art from any industry to make money and be like a lucrative business, but you need art in everything. How else are you gonna market something without a commercial? How are you still gonna put a poster for a movie without making that poster? I feel like the artists are very like looked down upon, and sometimes it feels like it doesn't matter. So some people just give up the dream of like pursuing any art whatsoever.
I can totally hear that, and it kind of makes me think of how some like in music would start kind of like as like an act of service, right? Like musicians were more in servitude to people like way back when, right? So it's crazy how that trickles down, even into modern times. Like now that like in our economic system currently, like we're still kind of like servers in a way, but I think what's important is like knowing how to knowing what you have to offer to like the world around you, and serve it up in a way that's lucrative to ourselves, right? No longer now like serve it up to someone's like that's a master, right? Or someone that is above us, or you know what I mean? And that's what's dope about like I think it's a pretty good deal that we were born in this age, bro, because like now we have this opportunity to make music that like is like matters to you, and it's not like controlled by someone else. Like we're in that age where we can do that.
I feel like it's also R&B itself as a genre is making its comeback. You know what I'm saying? Like 90s was peak R&B for me personally. That's just what I think. But I feel like this day and age, now that it's more like, especially hip hop music is more incorporating like melodies. It's kind of like it's blending both genres together.
Right.
Like you can't really say what it is exactly. It could be R&B, it could be hip hop.
It's a hybrid for
but
sure.
Yeah, but I really appreciate music that adds melody, a little bit more musicality to like hip hop. Based music.
Yeah, and I noticed like as time goes on, like there was a dip. I feel like when I was in high school and I graduated like 2013.
Oh damn.
So just letting you know, right?
Yeah.
Like people were into instruments, but then people were also like getting into like beats and stuff. So there was that overlap. Excuse me. And like with that, I felt like the generation right after mine, in a way, like people that might have graduated, say like 17 onward, like instruments weren't as important. And then just recently I noticed like, okay, instruments and singing are becoming more and more important.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that because I mean, there's music in the aspect of like what it means to people, and like, you know, you get to bump it in your car, you get to like kind of identify with it. There's a personality you can attach to it.
Yeah.
But then also like, you know, whatever happens to just the performance, the showmanship of it, you know, or just the performance aspect, of like being able to like sing through all one take and being able to
I
record
think
that, right? Like
yeah.
that's important.
I agree. I
Yeah.
totally agree. I did a performance last year, 2 different performances with a live band, and to say that, or I would say that personally, I think that having a live band brings up the morale of like how you feel about the performance in general. Because when one person's on point and the next person's on point, you're all on point.
Facts.
And if you're just playing it off of a beat, all you got, hey, play that beat.
Right.
And like, oh, there's some technical difficulties. All right, y'all, we gotta wait.
Yeah.
Like, no, the fucking drummer starts the beat or the guitar starts the beat. All of y'all are in the pocket, and then everybody's going crazy, you know.
Yeah,
and then you start to feel yourself more when you're in sync with other people around you on the same stage.
Yeah, it becomes a spiritual experience, which
Exactly.
is like where it would first begin. Actually, like even like before all the musician as a servitude shit, like we were making it like indigenous times, right? Like we were making it because the spirit wanted to make it. Like we were doing it for spiritual reasons. So it's, I think that's something that's important. Like as we bring instruments back, that we don't stray away from that. Like we can recover more of that, a little bit more of that consciousness with it as well.
Yeah. And then you know, after
I keep it conscious and litty. Let's go. So
hey,
that's how I see
it's
it.
2 sides of the same coin, y'all.
Let's go.
I feel like I really appreciate Tiny Desk for doing that. You know, bringing the live instrument version of all these popular songs that we love to listen to, but giving it a live tune with a whole band, background singers, and a live audience, and hearing like everything raw. I feel like that's so much more. I don't know what the word is for it, but it's more genuine, and it feels more like vulnerable because it's like that. It's only one take. Like there's no auto tune on that microphone. You know what I'm saying? When what's his name? Was it Brent Fayez?
Oh yeah.
When his auto tune went crazy on the mic, like, and then I was just like, damn.
Oh, and it was all.
Yeah, like
every
time.
Oh, that was like, I think that was Giveon. Not
Giveon.
gonna lie, I'm not gonna like throw him under the bus, but I just did. But, but that happened. I saw a video of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I don't know. I feel like we don't really need. I mean, it's cool to have it sometimes because it does sound pretty dope on some songs.
Oh yeah.
But for everything, for me personally, I'm not with it, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's not a bad thing if you use auto-tune. I would use it too. I'm not that great of a singer, but you know, I feel like it's a good tool to like get you to the place where you want your sound to be.
Not that great of a singer? What you mean? We gotta rewind that. What you talking about?
I sang before I started rapping.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
But
See?
I never took a class. I don't know how to read sheet music. I don't know keys. I don't know all these notes and stuff. I just know how it sounds to me on a beat is how I'm going to sing it. And I just freestyle by myself. I'll just sing whatever. And then if it sounds good, all right, let's go with that. If it doesn't sound good,
try something else.
Yeah, try something else. Let's find a new path to get there. There's one question that I found that was pretty cool. It's, what was the last surprising thing you learned about yourself while you were doing music?
Okay. It's kind of relevant. It would be like validation. I think when you perform in certain spaces and you start to see like how people receive your music and how like different demographics will like receive your music. But to just like be performing like throughout like Northern California and knowing that you are a product of Northern California, that you're well received, and that, I don't know, there's something good about that validation, that it shows that like, because I make my music based on like my experiences or like how I process those experiences. So if people receive that well, then that means that like in a way I've lived life like fully, not completely, not whole, but I'm saying like I live life in a full way where like people receive that and like they see the authenticity.
Okay. Yeah. So you could say that you live your most authentic life and you see people acknowledge it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I like that. Because then at that point you don't even have to put up a front. You could just keep doing whatever you're doing, and you could just make music off that, and then people still fuck with it.
Yeah,
You know?
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that this is the whole gist of this podcast, by the way. If you guys are just first watching this, I plan to film these things in my car because I know it's more of a personal conversation with my guest, and I would hate for anybody to be like, oh, I gotta be hard, or I gotta be like funnier than I am, or I gotta be more talkative and all that shit. Like, no, this is the space to
I
be
gotta
yourself.
compensate.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't want to
Compensation.
because like I would love to hear everybody's
That's me.
insight, and I'd rather hear it from the most genuine part of yourself than any other part. You know what I mean? But yeah, I appreciate you for sharing that. What do you think is your biggest insecurity? So following that question, what do you think is something that you've noticed the biggest flaw of yourself?
Wow, that's a good question. Yeah, but as far as like insecurity, like the first thing that popped up in my head, I'm insecure about my rage. I'm insecure about like being angry, getting angry, because like I know how like I have issues with anger. And it comes up in different ways. It's not just like straight up. It's not like my perspective is angry. It's just like on some mental health shit, right? You know, sometimes the brain will like fixate. It'll just like fixate on one certain thing, and sometimes it's like negative thoughts that it just like fixates on, and you have to kind of like shut it off, or you kind of like battle through it. So that's why, knowing that I have to like take that extra step to like process for myself, I feel insecure about that. I feel like creating alone is different than like when I'm creating with people. Like
I feel
creating
that.
with people, like you wouldn't think that
Share
I
the-
have that like that little like void or abyss that I just shared with you right now.
Yeah.
Like, because when I'm alone and I'm creating, you like, that's when I feel that like I can feel rage, right? I can feel like anger, and I wouldn't want anyone to see me that way. So like that's why I feel insecure about it. But I'm also very like, especially like in this past like year, I feel like I've been like more accountable for it, and like being able to like, like have better ways of like dealing with it.
Yeah.
Managing it.
That's good
and,
though. At least you
things like
acknowledge
that.
that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people would
yeah.
just deny me, like, nah, I'm good. Nothing wrong with me.
Right.
But the fact that you're able to say to yourself, look at yourself in the mirror and say, like, this is what I see as an insecurity.
Yeah, don't do that shit, man. Don't
do
do it,
man. Don't succumb to the negative shit in your life, man. Get
you
that
don't
fixed.
need it.
Yeah, therapy. Hey, therapy is something that I've been seeking
Stop
out.
projecting.
Exactly.
I'm yelling at him.
He's yelling at you. He's not talking to me. He's talking to you. So on the flip side of that, I appreciate you for being vulnerable, by the way.
Yeah.
On the flip side of that,
Right.
this is the last question.
Right.
When you close your eyes, right?
Right.
I'm gonna you can close your eyes right now if you feel like. But when you close your eyes, what is the most happiest feeling for you? Like, what do you envision when you close your eyes? And I ask you, what does happiness look like?
Man.
It's deep, right? You wouldn't think of that.
Right. No, I
But you can close your eyes right now, and then
I enjoy that question.
Yeah.
Because like what I do see is music. Like I see, like, a team that like I can work with, so where that music can be shared, not just through me. Like maybe it could be through other artists, like that I might have like partake in like how they're produced or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? Just anything like that. It looks like my music label. It looks like Raw Earth. You know what I'm saying? That's what the label is. That's what the label will be and continue to be. And because underneath all of that, like, I want to be able to like a quick example of it is, imagine like holding events that pretty much give that like people can get to know me through the events, but then people can also like get to know other artists. People can also get to like taste good food, consume great beverages, but like hear good music. And but also like that's what happiness looks like to me. It's that connectedness, it's that community again. Like I definitely have like thrown together like a good amount of events, and they're really good.
Yeah.
But like I said, the mental health stuff, and as I'm climbing out of this hole, which I feel good about, like I know that the events will be here soon too, because that's a way through which like people can get connected to me and
connect with each other too.
yeah. And so
So
to me, that's happiness, right? It's
that's
just
good.
like all around
I like
tribe.
that.
Yeah.
So the whole basis of your answer is connection,
yeah,
human connection with each other. I fuck
Yeah.
with that because like I spent a lot of days alone too. You know, during the pandemic was probably my loneliest couple years of my life. I think there was a point in time during the pandemic I didn't leave my room or my house for like 2.5 months.
Yeah.
Like straight up, did not leave. I only had to move my car for street cleaning, but other than that, I got EDD, so I just DoorDash everything every day.
Right.
And then I take an edible, DoorDash, write music, play video games, fucking take a nap, and then just be in my house. But yeah, that's good. So essentially, it's just a Camp Flog-Gnaw.
Camp Flog-Gnaw? Yeah.
Camp Flog Raw.
Oh, Camp Flog Raw.
Camp Flog Raw. That'd be lit.
That's super cool, bro.
That'd be lit.
I'm with it, man.
So
Yeah,
I did something like that because I do a lot of art, right?
Yeah.
I told you I was in graffiti, so I was heavily into like drawing shit. Well, I'm still doing it right now, but about 2 years ago I started a clothing brand, and I didn't do anything with it because I didn't have money, but I had a name for it. The name was already taken, so I had to put it under a different name. But the whole essence of my brand was based off mental health. And your brain, it was called Runaway Brain. And so I wanted to do something that incorporated like mental health stuff, so I looked into this place called NAMI. And NAMI is a program that actually helps you assist you on how to go about dealing with family members or loved ones with mental health, like bipolar 1, 2, schizophrenia, stuff like that. And I was hoping to partner with them and do like a benefit event. So I was gonna make a clothing brand, right? And it was gonna be like a tournament thing, and it was a kickball game, and each of the shirts were gonna be a different tie-dye color based on the team. And then it was gonna have my logo on there, but the whole benefit of the thing was for sorry.
No, it's okay.
The whole benefit thing was for mental health stuff.
Right.
And I was trying to have people come together through the community and like participate, just play kickball for free, you know.
Oh, okay.
That would have been sick, and that's one of the events that I still want to host, but it's not going to happen at being unemployed right now. But I definitely see a sense of community, or my whole essence of doing these things is a sense of community. Finding where my people are at, being able to network and get them on a platform as well as put myself on a platform, and then everybody can still connect and do their thing. Yeah. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's all about community. It's the people who are around you, people who you choose to surround yourself with too, because that's probably those are the people who are going to shape who you are as a person. All right, so I got the United Airlines tin thingy I found in my room. So there's 2 questions in here, and they'll be folded in Post-it notes. Okay, so I have 2 questions here. You pick out any of these ones, and then feel free to answer.
All right. Oh wait, do I read it right now?
Yeah, you can read it, and then you can also show the camera, and then it shows who wrote the question at the end.
Okay. If you were an instrument, what would you be and why? Mikey on.
So we got Mikey V
Yeah.
asking, if you could be an instrument, what would you be and why?
Shit. I feel like it's a toss up between a trumpet or a piano. I can't even say it. I would want to be a trumpet for one reason, because trumpets know how to like fill in space, right? So anything you want to speak on will be like loud and clear. But then I would want to be a piano, because for one, like piano has access to chords. So like imagine if you were a piano and you can play your own chord. That's a whole like universe you take yourself to. Every new chord progression you play for yourself, right? But also I would want to be a piano because though I can play keys and like play keys like enough for like producing stuff and whatnot, I don't necessarily like play keys like how I see like actual like keys player plays, like not on some like virtuoso shit, you know?
Okay.
Like, so therefore that's why I would want to be like a piano, because I don't know, it's just an instrument that it's not my best instrument, but like I'm smooth at it.
Okay.
It's just like not my best. So imagine if I can be it, bro. Man, let's go. I'm unstoppable. I'm an unstoppable ass piano.
Hey, Mikey, you hear that? He said trumpet or a piano. Either of the two. So the second thing is to end off the podcast. I would like to ask, what are some words that you would like to share with the audience? Some words that you live by, words of wisdom, any one sentence phrase or something.
Right. I think the main thing is like whoever you are, like whatever is within you, like you know what that is, and you can come up with ways to like unravel that and like just like really just like make that happen, make it exist. And you can always get feedback from people and you can note it, you can write it down, but if it still conflicts or misaligns with that projection, that vision that you see, like that's spoken to you every morning, like then just let it conflict. Keep doing your thing. I mean that's what we're here to do. We're here to keep doing our thing because there's a line that draws us from this present moment to like just somewhere in the future, and that's like a representation of your best self. And so just keep following that thread and like keep holding on, keep pulling, and like we're gonna get to where we need to be.
There you go.
That's like the main thing I would want to say.
There you go.
Yep.
Okay, damn,
Let's
you
go.
fucking heard that shit. All right. Okay, so the very last thing, we got
Yes.
6% on the
Yup,
camera.
we got 6%.
So the last part is I'm gonna see if you'd be down to perform like a very quick,
I got
like, quick song.
All right, this song is called No Contact. Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
I used to see you almost every weekend, but now it's like I don't know. No, I didn't love you for no reason. That's not the way that love goes. I lost my way, I'm sorry I was creeping. The worst is what I don't know. Heart like glass and I drop it to pieces. I hope you can outgrow. Sometimes I don't know what to do, like I wasn't equipped to see it. My rage leave me defeated. Was I so quick to feed it? I committed treason. I'm told just to leave it, got to be the coldest season. This ain't no contact. How did we get here? How do I take it back? I say when the love is over, you better move on, cause you might trip that red wire. Paintings of you, paintings of me, photos by my bed. Maybe I could speak to you in my dreams. Remind me to do better, to the extreme, cause you didn't deserve the pain I bring. Things I wish you didn't take for granted. Things I wish I did a little different. How can love feel like a coin of chances? I guess it's two sides to optimism. Appreciate the vision and believe. At this point there's nothing you should thank. Scarlet letter written on my sleeve. I'm sorry, that's all I can say. That's all I can say. This had no contact. How did we get here? How do I take it back? I said when the love is over, you better move on, cause you might trip that red wire.
That one right there is called No Contact on some unreleased shit.
No contact. This is unreleased. You
Yes,
won't see it
sir.
for a minute.
Until I finish editing those videos.
Hell
But
yeah.
let's go.
Hey, please let 'em
Produced by
know.
me as well.
Let
so
them know
let's
where
go.
they can find you on your socials, bro.
Yes, sir. You can find me on Instagram. Just type in RA period no capital and it'll pop up. So check me out.
What about
Again,
YouTube?
On YouTube, you can find that as well.
Spotify?
Spotify, Apple Music, everything.
Oh, shit. Okay. He's
Best
all
way
over.
to find it though, like on like streaming platforms, I'm gonna say this real quick. If you type in RA period and then type in Cancer Leo, you'll find everything like on it.
Like linked up there?
Yeah,
Okay.
like you'll find like the music and stuff that's on the streaming platforms.
Hey, you heard it. Go
yeah.
follow him, bro. Check his shit out. Definitely bringing that fucking R&B sound to the mainstream. I fucking appreciate that because we need more singers up here.
Let's
hey,
go.
Appreciate you for coming through.
Thank
you,
you,
bro.
Yeah, thank you a lot, Rod. I really appreciate you.
Hell
man.
yeah.
Thank
I
you.
want to give everybody the space, you know what I mean? But yeah, with that said, I appreciate you guys for watching. That's it for the pod. Peace. With 2% to spare. Let's go. Let's go.
That was fun, bro.
Hell yeah.